Hello, Aries! So I'm going to just shuffle the cards here and we'll see what's coming up for Aries. Okay, let's see what we've got. Oh, it looks like it's starting off on a good note, Aries. This is 10 of Cups, so that's a strong sign of joy and fulfillment and family and peace. Let's see what else is coming up. It's on 10 of Cups, and that's a great symbol of, it's basically the most number of hearts, your heart being fulfilled the most it can be. It's a great card for family, joy, and peace. I really love the imagery in this card because basically it's like saying you're at the end of the rainbow. And you can see in the card that there's two people who are holding this cup together. So I really think of it as like a a partnership card, a card of the family, a card of just love and everything being fulfilled. It's also 10, so it's the most amount of cups that you can get on a card. Then you have Hierophant, which is a card of traditionalism and conventionality. So if you, for some reason I'm getting that if you wanted to start a regime of, how a lot of people traditionally, this is helping you. If you have resolutions that you want to do, convention is one of the things that Hierophant rules. So it's basically saying convention and tradition is favored right now. So if you have a tradition that you usually, this card supports that. And, he's very conventional in terms of doing things a normal, tried and true way. If there's something that's always worked for you, this supports that as well. And then, this is also a lot of family structures, and this is also higher spirituality. So both of these are this is a card of great order and stability, as well as higher truths. And then this is a card of just fulfillment. So it tells me that there may be a lot of ways in which you're feeling fulfilled, right? Or that you have the opportunity to be fulfilled. You just have to sort of put your cup out there to receive all the blessings that are coming to you. Both of these cards also reflect blessings. Hierophant, it's also known as the Pope card. So he gives out blessings, and this card is a real card of receiving blessings. So my message to you, Aries, is make sure that you put your cup out there to receive all the blessings that are coming to you, and you may already be doing that. Also at the beginning of the month, you have 3 of Wands in reverse. So this is a card of envisioning what's possible, envisioning the future, envisioning the empire that you want to build. 3 of Wands is the person who surveys the landscape and considers, what is it that I want to build? What is it that I want to establish for myself? What do I want to create? 3 is a naturally inherent creative number. So it's a number of what do I want to dream and envision for myself so that I can create it. Because it's in the reverse position, it tells me you may have some blocks on that, or that it may be hovering below the surface. But I'm going to encourage you to try to allow yourself to dream. This card in reverse position says maybe you're not allowing yourself to envision what it is you really want. But the fact that the card is there says that there is a possibility. It's just that it's under the surface right now. Same with 4 of Cups. This is a card of being aware of what the universe is trying to hand you. You can see in the image that the universe is handing the figure a cup, which represents the heart element. So it's trying to hand you something that you love. But in this card, the person is so preoccupied with the 3 cups that exist. So in other words, they're preoccupied with existing reality and what is before them and what exists, that they're missing out on the joy, the additional cup, the additional heart and love that the world is trying to hand them. So be careful with this card that you don't stay too self-absorbed. The meaning of this card is to look up and look and see what the universe is trying to give to you. It wants you to have your heart fulfilled. But be careful that you're not just preoccupied with what currently surrounds you and what is. Make sure that you look up to see other possibilities. Also, in conjunction with this card, Three of Wands in reverse, that's another card of just being preoccupied with what is, because in this card it's a visionary card, and he's dreaming of what he wants to create. He's dreaming of the empire that he wants to make. In the reverse position, it's saying to me, be careful that you're not just preoccupied on what currently exists. And this card being in the reverse position, that emphasizes the low side of this card, which is don't be so self-contained. Don't just be wrapped up in your own little world. That's why this card is saying look up, branch out, see what else it is that the world wants to offer you, because it's trying to hand it to you, but you have to receive it. You have to hold that cup up to receive the blessings. So that's the opening of the month for you, Aries. And then the middle of the month, there might be some tangles with your boss regarding salary or negotiations. Emperor is a card of authority. He is the ruler of the empire, the person who's in charge, the person who establishes and enforces laws and rules and restrictions, and he's usually the head of an army. So this can often be, this is a boss figure or a father figure or some sort of person who has an established authority. And in the reverse position, it's saying that they may not be benefiting you right now. They may not be seeing things clearly. This is someone that you're in conflict with that is an established authority position. I'm initially getting boss off of this, but it could also be like father figure or just someone who has some sort of authority over you. Could also sometimes represent government or law. And Two of Coins is joint contracts, joint finances. It could be negotiation over money. So the first way that I'm reading this is that you may be in conflict with an authority figure, likely your boss, about negotiating a contract, negotiating salary. Coins represent money. And two of Coins is money going back and forth or joint contract. And I see also in Two of Coins, this person has feathers in their cap. They are able to juggle many things at once. So be careful if you're negotiating with someone else about joint finances, especially if they are in an authority position. Try to be flexible, because that's another meaning of Two of Coins. In the Rider-Waite, Two of Coins is standing on one foot, and he is saying, look at how flexible I am. Look at how I'm able to go from one foot to the other, and I'm able to have these balls juggling in the air. So try to be flexible and have fun with the situation. But know that you might not see eye to eye right now in the middle of the month with this authority figure, possibly your boss, especially in regards to money or joint finances between the two of you. Also be realistic about what it is you're asking for, because Seven of Cups is a card of temptation. It's a card of desire. It can be a card of castles in the air and dreams. So you might have some sort of dream that you want this new promotion or this new amount of money, or if you want to buy something. Seven of Cups has to do with looking clearly at what your desires are and getting really clear about the choices that you make and what they actually are. Because this card has a real Neptunian influence. Sometimes means there's like a fog in front of it. But this is a card of temptation and desire. And also it means to look at things carefully so that what you see is what you get. Because sometimes if you make a choice, you're not always clear about what that choice entails. So I would say double check things when this card comes up and really evaluate what it is you want. What are you tempted by? What are your desires? And is it really fulfilling to you? This card, Seven of Swords, is a card of, I always call this card risky business, or putting your mouth in the putting your head in the tiger's mouth. It's taking chances. So if you are involved in any kind of risky business or me behavior or looking out for number one, that's what this card depicts. And he can sometimes even depict criminal behavior or thievery. He's stealing, as you can see, he's stealing away 5 of the swords of the 7 that were there. And he's really like, I'm going to cover my bases. I'm going to make sure I've got what I need. And, you know, both of these are 7 cards. This is 7 of Cups. This is 7 of Swords. 7 is a spiritual number. So what this is telling me is that if you engage in this sort of me behavior, this is what I want, this is my temptation, I'm going to go for it, I'm going to get it at whatever cost, it might come to bite you. Because 7 is a spiritually connected number. It has to do also with karma and spiritual knowledge and information. So this is really like a warning sign to me, is be careful of either yourself or someone else engaging in stealing or risky business or me behavior, because you might not get what you think you're going to get. It might look tempting on the surface, but it might come back in a way that you don't like or don't want. So that's towards the middle of the month. It also could say that, you know, this is the prize that 2 people are looking for. This person's trying to negotiate for it. This person's trying to steal it away. And, you know, this authority figure is not really seeing the situation clearly. So there's something going on in the middle of the month for you, Aries, that has to do with negotiating about something that you desire. And be careful that you stay on the up and up with it, because there's some sort of underhandedness going on with it. Again, towards the end of the month, here's another card of desires and passions. This is the Devil card. This is when our desires or passions become very seductive and can even bring us to a level of giving up our own power. So, again, just be careful to rein in what it is, or be careful to look carefully and closely at what it is that you are seduced by. One of the things that I mention when the Devil card comes up is be careful not to believe in things that are false. This is a card of falsity. 7 of Swords can be someone who's lying or deceiving. And Devil card is definitely when someone gains power through deception. So be careful what you give yourself to or give away your power to, especially towards the end of the month. You do have this sunny, radiant. The Sun card's one of the best cards in the deck, and it's a major arcana card. Right next to Devil, there's a lot of fieriness here. And these 2 cards together could just mean that there's a lot of passion in a relationship. Devil can also mean that it's just something that you're very passionate and engrossed in. He represents the sensual world or the physical world. So it could just mean that in your relationship or even in yourself, you're just feeling this vitality, this sunniness, this radiance, and you're kind of giving yourself over to it with abandon. So just make sure that that it's something that is true and something that you really is part of yourself and part of what you really believe. And in that case, this can be a very positive, like sultry, sexy, radiant and fiery end to the month for you, Aries, which is all about Aries. You guys are fire signs anyway. There is here some sort of loss that you're going to have to endure at the very end of the month. 5 of Cups is a cup of sorrowfulness. It's a cup of seeing like the wine that has spilled, and obviously grieving and feeling sorrowful. But keep in mind with the 5 of Cups that there's 2 cups still standing if you turn around. It's a card of, you know, the current state is mourning and loss, but you also have something available to you afterwards if you turn around. And Strength card is about endurance and patience and softness. And with it in the reverse position, with the 5 of Cups, there's something that you may have a hard time enduring or having patience with, or, you know, getting through it and finding your own heart and your own courage, because the lion really represents courage and the heart. Leo has that sort of sunny, its connection to the sun and the heart. Then they say the heart of a lion. So know that your heart and your patience and your endurance may be tested at the end of the month, especially in relation to any kind of loss or emotional deprivation or sorrow. There's going to be it's telling me that you might have a hard time getting through it with strength in reverse. So just call upon your own strength. See if you can access that card. There is something very sunny and positive surrounding you. And the fact that the Sun card and the Strength card are surrounding this loss, it tells me that you will have inner fortitude. Your life force is strong.